Hello good people and welcome to episode 14. Hope people are good. Thank you guys for staying tuned. I hope you guys watched the previous videos because today we are continuing from there. We left off in Morocco, so we're still in Northern Africa and still touring. As promised, today we are in Egypt, the land of the pharaohs, the land of the pyramids, the land of the mummies, the mummy movies, all the mummy movies that I've watched so far. And that guy, the guy, Indiana Jones, yeah. Yes, is he in Egypt? Does he go to Egypt in these movies? You know, the place where Moses left and parted the Red Sea, frogs and the blood and the dying of the firstborns and... Let my people go. Go. Eye of Horus, you know, all these things, all these symbols, all that. Actually, I should put this as my thumbnail so that the rest of them are like, yo, Dorcas has gone Illuminati. The American dollar has that, yeah? Egypt. There are going to be a lot of words I'm going to mention that are in Arabic. I'm going to try my level best not to butcher the language. I'm also learning Arab. It's not as easy. Welcome to Egypt. Today we'll be talking about folklore dances in Egypt. And these dances are divided as per regions. We have the Delta region, Filehi, the Upper Delta, Saidi, Coast area, Swahili, Western Desert, as well as Sinai or Sinai, Bedouin, Nubian area, and of course Cairo. But we will circle back to Cairo and I'll explain why. Let's break it down. So let's touch on a couple of regions, starting with the Upper Delta, Saidi. The Saidi people have a style of dance that's called the stick dance. Pronunciation, I cannot hack. The stick dance is performed by men, as you can see, and it involves also fighting techniques. We have the Western Desert Hagala dance. This style of dance is controlled fast hip movements, specifically performed by females. Nubian area. I didn't quite find the name for the style of dance. They just call it the Nubian area style of dance, and this is performed by both men and women. And there's not much footwork to it. There's some relation to the Sudanese style of dance that I have touched as well. Because of that body movement, it's quite similar. Well, it's not completely similar. Last but not least, Cairo. Being one of the major cities in Egypt, there's a style of dance called AL-SHARQI. This is a belly dance. Now, why we're circling back to this is because in my previous video for Morocco, we talked about folk and folk music, or rather folk dances that are performed by folk who come from the same cultural background, which was the Arabic background. So we touched on Morocco, Algeria, as well as Egypt. Hence now belly dancing. There's a lady by the name of Leila Tej. She has been contracted to perform throughout the Middle East. Cultural and legal norms are really selective on who is supposed to perform this. There is an element of privacy, just like I'd mentioned last week on belly style of dancing. Arabs are quite reserved, so that's why just selecting her specifically. And my hope is that she can pass it down to somebody else, and then probably she can be a teacher. I hope she's a teacher and just mentor other ladies so that they can get that opportunity. I mean, we shouldn't die with the skills we have. We should pass our skills to the younger generation. I really strongly believe in that. Mahmoud Reda, he is a pioneer for folk dance, or rather, he was a pioneer for folk dance in Egypt. He passed away in 2020. He had an interview in 2010, and I'm quoting. He said that it is really unfortunate that the ministry is more keen on the ballet styles of dance as opposed to the folk styles of dance. A lot of dancers who are trained in folk are highly discouraged, which is unfortunate. He said folk dance would be appreciated more when there is a ministry that appreciates it, which is 1,000% true. If our governments and our ministries don't really care about our cultures and our traditions, of course they're gonna die. Our visions and missions are not similar as dancers, but we do need some support and love out here. So hope there's somebody still pursuing this desire that Mahmoud had out there in Egypt for folk dances, because they're really amazing styles of dance. Beautiful, really beautiful. I hope, as not just for Egypt but for the African continent as a whole, even for Kenya, we don't lose our culture in this amazing knowledge and skill that is dance. My name is Hakasa and I'm out here changing lives one dance move at a time. I am biased, I'm so sorry. I think I like the Egyptian belly style of dance. She looked like Horus, the god. I would do it because of the adornment. It's beyond the costumes are magnifique. Magnificent! Magnificent! And I think I just like gold and liner.